Thrill seekers didn't mind the weather today as Jefferson County's fair got back underway. 7 News reporter Gage Kilborn learned what's new in the Midway this year.
A few wet spots at the fairgrounds after a stormy Wednesday in which county fair officials decided not to open up.
That was a good decision.
Thursday, the fair was back. Food vendors were serving customers, games had contestants, and the rides revved up.
With 19 rides this year, including 5 new ones, such as the bumper cars right behind me, it's a part of a 70-year rotation to keep things fresh and new, to keep people coming back year after year.
They're constantly rehabbing and changing out rides, so that gives us an advantage of having not the same old thing here year after year after year.
The fair needs to have rides for all ages, like a thrill seeker such as Zero Gravity, while maintaining a focus on kiddie rides so families with children can enjoy the fair. Something like Dragon Roller Coaster is an example of something new this year for the kids.
Well, everybody can't ride on the big rides. They have to be teenagers or adults to ride on those.
And the fun for all ages continues Friday and into the weekend at the 207th edition of the Jefferson County Fair. Gage Kilborn, 7 News.